Hello Spider Peeps. Okay, so this is September 2025's Ali haul. So I can barely see you over the bag, but let's have a look. Okay, so this is well, this is chaotic. Let me just open this one and then I'll sort these out and separate all of the bags so the entire video doesn't consist of rustling. Right, so this is my starter. It's not wrapping paper, it's the dichromatic film. Yeah, so this is film that looks different depending on the angle or the lighting that you're doing. So you can see it's bluey there on the camera, but I'm just seeing green from this area and a bit of orange at there on the camera. If the rest of it's in the bag, I'll show you why I bought this afterwards. So lots of bags within bags here. I'm hoping there's going to be half electronic stuff in here and the other stuff's going to be resin. Okay, so this is resin related, a bit smaller than I thought, but these are just some lollipop sticks, we'd call them, tongue depressors, not actually as big as I wanted them to be. These are just for stirring resin stuff. These were 100 pieces, £2.27 for those, so a bit expensive actually, a bit too expensive for that, or not what I originally thought, but yeah, maybe there's another packet somewhere else. Okay, I've really got no idea what this is. Yeah, okay, so a little bit craft related as well. I've seen a few people using this. I've seen Bill making stuff use it. I saw someone else do this the other day, but it's sort of like a nice way of chopping bits of wood. So I can't remember who did it. Maybe it was Dan Does, and he was making a wooden floor for something and he just chopped the edges of the sticks off with this. So I thought this was quite a good idea. So that was quite heavy, this. That was actually £6.59. Have I been ripped off for that? I'm not sure. But yeah, £6.59 for that. Decent bit of metal in it and some spare blades as well. So it just takes what we'd call Stanley knife blades and then we can just clip the bits of wood. So let's try something. Here I've got a lolly stick. I mean, it's not like we need to explain what this does, but we should be able to use that to square off the end. Yeah, goes off a little bit like a very small air rifle, but yeah, there we go. A few makers have had these and I thought, well, I'll see if Ali sells them. So yeah, that's one of those. I'm really hoping I get some electronic stuff in, otherwise this wasn't the video I wanted to make. I'll put the number on the screen that you can fast forward to get to the electronic stuff. Hopefully I've still got that. So Ben's Works made a domino set and they started off by cutting some of this dichromatic film off, putting it within the dominoes, filling that with clear resin and then putting black on the top, and honestly they were fantastic. So I doubt whether I'll ever do a video about this. This is just something that with this Ali order I just bought all the bits for doing that, although this mould here feels a bit flimsy. Hopefully it regains its shape after being folded up. I might have to leave that out for a little bit to let the shape come back. I've never owned a domino set. These look so good when Ben's Works did it that I thought I'm going to have a go at that. I'll link to the video there if you're interested in Ben's Works. And I think that's the end of resin stuff for this video. That domino mould was £2.62. This looks more like electronics. Some have fallen out already there. Just some more little torches. You know, I've done quite a lot of little torch reviews on this channel. I like these little ones, especially the ones with built-in lithium lights. I was more interested on this one because of its little head. This feels a bit plastic and flimsy. Well, this was £2, so what do you expect? Well, it's got a battery in it. Yeah, is it already charged? Let's turn it on and see. Yeah. Oh, lots of flicker on that. A lot of these lights are sort of like, sometimes use them as accent lights when I'm lighting something in the video, but obviously you can see that one, it's got some PWM on it. So what I can see on the camera, this is flicking like Billy-O. So whether there's different modes, if I hold it, click it again. No, click it again. Oh, red. As usual, these have useless modes, like flashing red light. Yeah, right, okay, so there's a little power indicator on the front of that. Lithium battery, I assume, inside there. So another of those torches. Another torch, this was £2.40. Even the box feels like this is a bit more substantial, but we'll see. This is familiar, isn't it? This looks like that other torch that I I took apart the torch spinner. It's got that strange cob setup on the front. Looks like it's only got one button, but it does have like the power bank that I tried. Oh, it's got a turny head. I like that. That's nice. Again, this very plasticky, but yeah, £2.40 this one was. So let's turn this one on. Yeah, so 82%, so an 80% shipping charge. That's about right. Again, we've got some, I can see on the screen, some rippling. So PWM on that light. I don't know whether we'll see that on the edit, but at the moment on the camera screen, I can see it. And what are the other modes? Dimmer, hideous flash, and off. But how do we turn this on? Try long press. Oh dear me, that's I can't see a thing now. All right, so long press, does it change it? No, long press just turns that on. Okay. And then short press, when you've turned that on, changes this. A bit more interesting that we've got a blue mode and a red mode as opposed to flashing between them. That might be useful. I bet the next one will be flashing. Yes. And off. Okay. Probably will at some point rip these apart and have a look at what battery they've got in them. Let's have a look at this. This is a Raspberry Pi Pico product. Oh, it's a wave share thing as well. Oh yeah, okay. So it's a bit like the RP2040 board that I used previously, but this has got a USB socket on it. And we've got a USB-C. I don't know whether this is separate from that or whether they're both power, but it's something that I can play about with. I think, if I recall, this isn't a 2040, it's got a 2350 on it, so it's a slightly newer Raspberry Pi chip that's got the RISC core as well as the standard Raspberry Pi core. I think I'm saying that right. This was a bit expensive, £4.89. I was interested in the fact that it was USB-A, so I'll have a play about with that another time. Can't really remember what this is. It says it's a professional mini, so that's okay. Right, yeah. I don't need to really talk about this. You've seen me use this scale before on resin videos. My old one was too sticky to use, so this was pretty cheap, so I thought I'd add that to the order. Yeah, so a bit of tech, but £2.37 for a little set of scales. So that's just to replace my normal one that I use on the channel. There's the scales. I should probably leave that on and then when it gets too sticky to use, I can peel the film off there and still carry on using it. But yeah, I think I'm on to the end now, and in many ways this is what I'm most interested in. So yeah, I've got this, but I've got another one as well. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen on AliExpress, there's this thing where you can earn coins every day and then allegedly get discount with it. A friend showed me about it. Hello, Paul, if you're watching. These are two modules that it suggested, and I thought going with some of my previous videos, which are, depending on when I put this out, you may or may not have seen. So I had a go at stripping cells out of laptop batteries. So I bought a 9-volt one and I bought a 12-volt one. The 9-volt one was £1.60 and the 12-volt one was £1.20. It says they're UPSs. Let's have a go. So positive one end. Hopefully they'll work with these cells. I might have to modify them a little bit, but let's pop that one in. Get these are out of the laptop battery, so they don't have individual cell protections on, but it just might be a way that we can use these when we harvest them, and useful to have individual little power banks that are of a set voltage. That's my idea anyway. So let's pop that one in. We've got a little power indicator, and the thing is, if these are UPS modules, are these going to be useful? Because it looks to me like these are on all the time. There's no little switch. Interesting. Okay, and what happens with the batteries when they run down as well? That's interesting. Maybe they're not what I thought they were. Didn't really mention UPS on it. Okay, so let's just check it. Let's see, is anything getting hot? Nothing that I can see specifically at the moment. And let's have a look at the batteries getting hot. I think they're definitely not getting hot. There's some hot spots around, but I don't think they're necessarily... See what voltages I'm getting out of it. So I assume UPS plus and UPS minus. Is this going to be the actual voltage it's delivering? Doesn't seem to be delivering anything, does it? Is there anything coming out of the other end? 5 volt, 5 volt? No. So what's coming out of that? Nothing. What's coming out of that? Is that a minus one side and a plus the other side? Oh yeah, there's a plus there and a minus there. So is this just the... Oh right, so that's the voltage of the cell. So where's the output power? Or is it that this is the output and the output's coming out of that? If it is, I'll be pretty annoyed because this isn't what I thought it was. Hang on. This tab here, the UPS tab, and I was just checking at the hole. I thought the holes were it. So let's try that minus there and plus there. Okay, 9 volts. Right, but note the problem, it's permanently on. Oh well, the bit that I was most excited about, I shouldn't have been. Okay, so I thought this would be useful, but the fact that we can't turn it on and off, I mean, what happens when these get flattened? They're not getting flattened at the moment, are they? Well, how can I tell? If it's running this circuitry here, it's got to be using the current. And I assume that then that this part, if I plug that in, I'm going to get another light up. I might get the... Oh, it might not be another light, actually. It looks like it's a resistor. But I wonder whether this then goes into charging mode. So probably that's charging. I am passing power into that. So this might be charging these batteries. I don't know. Maybe I need to get a data sheet of these and really understand what it's doing. It seemed like a pretty good bargain for £1.60 or £1.20. But if all it's going to do is eat the batteries, I'd rather have something where I can turn the power on and off. Something for more investigation in the future. If I can't turn it off, I better take these batteries out and not just leave them in there all the time, especially as they don't have any protection. And this will be exactly the same board, but it's different value. There you go, might be a little bit out of focus, but on that one, the 12 volts got a dot on it. And on this one, the 9 volts got a dot on it. So I assume there's, well, yeah, there is a 5 volt version as well. But I thought 5 volt was boring because we always get 5 volts from USB modules. Okay, one extra thing then. These are just little cob lights. There's quite a few of them. I think I paid £3 for 4. I think I was probably ripped off on that. Another seller would be selling 5 of these for £1, but I don't mind really. I think each of these is worth £1 to me. Let me show you what it does. I need to find a wire. Okay, so let's have that as negative. These are only 3 volts, I think, if I remember. So I'm just using my little DF robot power output. So I've got a 3 volt out of that. I doubt this is diode protected. So we've got positive, you can just about see that, yeah. So there's one single chip on it, nothing on the back. And then this is like a plastic, I think this maybe got the phosphorus in it for the LEDs, I'm not sure. If I pop that on there, which is the positive 3 volts, and then put the negative on there, looks like it's going to break straight away. Looks way too bright. But yeah, interesting flame effect. So I thought as these were so low voltage, I might try and convert a tea light and see how long it lasts on a 2032 battery. Quite a nice flame effect. You can see some of the individual LEDs on there behind. So yeah, I like the idea of this. So maybe I can play about with that and put it somewhere else in the future. Okay, so what do you think about that? Is that a good thumbnail layout? I mean, Did this attract you? I don't know. Is this the thumbnail I used? But yeah, AliExpress haul September 2025. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like if you like these sort of things, and please give me a subscribe, because you never know when these are going to turn up on the channel later on. Bye. So if I get that, is that the output? So if I get the output of the torch and plug it into the input of this battery module, what am I doing? Am I charging this? Am I charging that? I don't know anymore. I missed this out. Oh, there goes the lovely Nold thumbnail.